We're working on a money bowl today. Like the best time to refresh your money bowl or to start a money bowl is right around the first of the month. But I think this is a perfect example of how you can do it whenever you want. It'll still work just as fine. But, getting into a habit, once your money bowl is set up and ready, refreshing it or adding to it or feeding it on the first of the month is always going to be a good idea. But we're just getting started. So this is just some incense. You want to first get right in and make sure that you're cleansing your bowl, your candle, all your ingredients, all the good stuff. Now, we're being extra specific here with our money bowl. So this is a money drawing incense, but really any incense that you have will work. So when it comes to cleansing, there's a bunch of different ways to go about it. But the core principle is that you want the smoke to pick up on all those things you don't want and carry it up and away. So one way that's really common with cleansing is as you're going clockwise, I want you to call in all the things that you want this money bowl to bring you, right? Abundance, good fortune, good wealth, maybe even some good health. Why not? Let's throw it in on top of all of that. Are we looking for a raise? If you have a specific amount of money in mind, even better. But money goals are great at just, accumulating a general amount of abundance. Now, when we go counterclockwise, this is all the stuff that we want to get rid of. I really don't believe in laziness. I think if we can't bring ourselves to do something, it's probably because we don't see the value in it. So, we can ask for clarity in those moments. We can ask for better understanding. We can ask for removal of blockages. If our boss is a pain in the butt and doesn't want to give us a raise, we can ask for that. There's a bunch of different things you can look for. Are you getting in your own way? Are other people getting in your own way? What do you need to banish, to get rid of? I think right now for a general money bowl, this is just going to be whatever blockages are currently in our way between us and doing the best that we can with our finances and our money. Now, I like to let the ash get into the bowl a little bit, but really that's up to you. I don't like to do too much of it, but I just like to let it, whatever falls in there, falls in there. I'm not going to lose any sleep. Now, I'm just going to leave this here because that's where it'll balance. Now, I like to start with my candle lit just right in the beginning. I'm going to snuff it. I'm going to relight it as we kind of go about the process. But I like bringing fire and air right off the bat into the spell. And I like having their energy present. Now, I'm going to take some of our goals oil. I'm going to get it all over my hand. If you're super impatient, please be careful. But you can absolutely get this little plasticky part up and out of the bottle and it'll pour right out. But I don't want to use too much. And with the magic of editing, neither of us have to be patient. And then I'm just going to get it all over my hands and being extra careful not to knock it over. I'm going to make sure I get it on the candle. Now, if you're scared of fire, that's totally fine. You can do this before. That's okay. I'm just really making sure that that oil is on the candle. Now, where am I going to put the rest of the oil? On me. It's got olive oil, so it's super hydrating, which is nice. And all of the incense and herbs and everything else that goes into here is done with the intention of helping us achieve our goals. So I would say, especially now that we've tethered the oil to the candle, go ahead and wear this anytime you want to boost the intentions of the money bowl, anytime you want to take that intention with you, anytime you're about to go tackle a big goal. It smells like peppermint. It's nice. Now, the next step of a money bowl is getting its base in. So this is our money rice. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's rice with money in it. It also has some cinnamon and some orange peels and a couple other herbs in there to help attract money. Now, what's the point of money rice? Well, rice absorbs, and we kind of want to have that similar quality when it comes to absorbing all of our finances and all of our money. And also the fact that there are torn up singles in here is a sacrifice. I'm going to go a little bit deeper into why it's important to have a sacrifice in your money bowl of any kind. Now, I like to take my green aventurine crystals and I like to make a little border. If you want to mix it in, you are more than welcome to do that. There really aren't many ways to do this wrong, except for, going against your intuition and going against the way that you think works best for you. If you want to mix them all together, go for it. If you want to make it very aesthetically pleasing, go for it. I have 2 Libra placements, so mine's going to look pretty. We're going to get the last of it. I feel like those Food Network cooking shows. Okay, now we're going to move on to our bay leaves. So You can approach bay leaves in a bunch of different ways when it comes to this spell. So you only need 3 for a money bowl. I'm going to take this half leaf that we got as an extra, and I'm just going to go ahead and burn that. Please be careful with bay leaves. They go up very quickly and then they go right back out. It's very easy to get intimidated by them, but it's okay. So when it comes to the 3 leaves that we have here, bay leaves are known to grant wishes. They're known to bring abundance. They're known to bring prosperity. There's a bunch of different ways you can go about utilizing them. You can, with a Sharpie, write your intentions on them. Be as specific and clearly as short-winded as possible. You can create those sentences and turn them into sigils, and then you can draw your sigils on here. This is where, again, we want to be specific. So are you looking for a raise? Have one of them be focused on the raise. Are you looking for a new job opportunity? Have one be on the new job opportunity. Is there a set amount of money that you want to be making every single year or month or week? Use this one. Go on ahead and write them down. You're going to take your bay leaf. I'm going to be a little extra because I can be. And I'm going to take some of that goals oil and I'm going to get it all over my hand so that some of that will get on the leaf as well. This hand is the hand that pulls. This is the hand that pushes. So I want you to push your energy. I want you to hold it. I want you to have it surround the bay leaf. Whatever visualization works best for you. If you want a little bubble in your hand, have a little bubble. The most important thing is that you're focusing on your intention. I want you to think it to yourself, speak it out loud, whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. Say it once, say it twice, say it 3 times, whatever feels like it calls to you. Once you feel like you've spent enough time really meditating and really focusing on your bay leaf, you can go on ahead and add it to the bowl. What I like to do, I like to add just a little bit more, because especially if this is a money leaf for me, not for like the whole family or the whole shop or whatever, just for me, I want to really make sure it's tethered to me. So I like to lick my bay leaves. Please keep in mind, tethering yourself to any spell is kind of towing the line outside of beginner magic, which is why it's a simple, let's attract money, it kind of can't backfire too hard on us. But I like to sit there and take some time with each intention and then finally tethering it to myself with that little swipe, and then it goes right into the bowl. So these are our bay leaves. Now I'm going to go about making our mixture. I'm actually going to pop some more of that incense ash in there because, we got it. Might as well use it. Okay. So now we're going to work on our combo. Some people like to mix them up in with all the money rice. I like to kind of leave a small little dusting. The first herb I'm going to add is some 5-finger grass. 5-finger grass is lovely for abundance and wealth attraction. It's always going to put money in your pocket. Honeysuckle, also related to abundance. It's also protective. Honeysuckle, also one of the reasons why I prefer to use it in almost any of my money spells is because it's sacred to Hades. And Hades is, the Greek god of many things, but one of them being wealth. So I'm always going to ask for his help in this situation. And then a little bit of patchouli, which is both protective and financial abundance drawing. Now, you don't have to go through the process of putting it through a mortar and pestle. All of this is small enough, but I just like to do it because for me, it's the best way to make sure everything is fully combined. Now, you shouldn't go too crazy with it. You don't need to worry about not turning it into paste. Just making sure that the patchouli gets broken down, because especially the patchouli we're going to send you in these kits, if you decide to get a money bowl kit, you get big leaves of patchouli. So you really want to make sure it gets all ground up in there. Alrighty. So we have our mixture right here. So you can go ahead and use all of this if you want to. Something that I like to do with these types of money spells is sometimes I'll have a little cauldron or a fire safe dish, and there'll be some charcoal discs in there, and I'll burn some of this mixture while I'm doing the whole process just to quite literally put more fuel on the fire. But, we're going to keep it simpler for today. So I'm just going to go ahead. Okay. Now, I like to just burn some of them. Again, please practice fire safety. Please understand the way different herbs burn. Patchouli doesn't go up like bay leaf, so I'm not as scared to hold it while it kind of goes on fire. I just like to keep a little bit of that smoke and a little bit of that fire in the room with us while we're doing the spell. Now, if you have the space, if you have the ability, let's say this is getting put up on an altar, what you can do with your extra herbs, again, do this if you have the space. If not, don't mess up a nightstand. but this is a really good way to quite literally build a road for success and growth and achievement and abundance. Now, if you want to do my personal favorite combo, you pop this near your front door, and then I'm sure everybody sees all the witches on the first of the month blowing cinnamon into their door. If you can aim your cinnamon at this money bowl, you're killing it. You're killing it. Final step in this whole process. I'm going to go ahead and just light more incense. I don't need to, but I like how it smells. And it's my spell. I can do what I want. It's going to be our sacrifice and our cinnamon. Now, cinnamon is great for money spells, obviously. Cinnamon helps with financial abundance. It attracts things. It also, most importantly, helps add power and speed to our spells so that we can start to see this moving maybe a little faster than normal. Now, when it comes to your offerings, the whole purpose of sacrifice when it comes to things in the universe is to show how bad you want something, to show how serious it is. And the more you are willing to give is very clearly the more serious you're taking it. Now, the most important thing about this entire process is to give what you have. I have coins, a 5 and a single and a 20. If you don't have a 20, don't give a 20. That defeats the whole purpose. Sacrifice should be difficult, not impossible. So if you sit there and if you go, okay, what's the most amount of money that I can give my money bowl without compromising my bills and everything else I need to do, but I'll still feel it. That's how much money you're going to give. You know, I'm not saying don't pay your bills. I'm saying maybe this time when you go to the grocery store, instead of buying yourself that $5 bag of salt and vinegar chips, guilty, you put it into your money bowl just for the one time. That's the whole point, is that it's sacrifice. So you give what you have, you give what you can. If that is pennies, okay. Now I'm going to unfortunately make a little bit of a hot take in the sense that I know that there's a lot of people to say to use Monopoly money. You can. You're doing something very different though. If you are leaving real physical money that could be going to other things, that could be going to small luxuries or whatever, that is a sacrifice. If you are leaving Monopoly money, what you are leaving is a echo of what you want. That is manifestation and visualization, which also work and are really useful. It's just not the same thing as a sacrifice. So it depends on what you want to do. Like I said, sacrifices are a big, loud way to get the universe's attention. I want you to think about what sacrifices were to ancient people. You know, they were going to find the best, nicest looking cow like in the whole herd, and that was what they were going to give up. And the reason for that is because that was a sacrifice that could have gone to other places. It's meant to be inconvenient. And the point of doing that is the universe is going to go, oh shit, and is like going to turn and pay attention. Now, if you just ask for something, will it answer you? It can. It does. But sacrifices are that one little extra push to be like, no, 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 I really need this, and I'm going to make you listen to me. Huge difference. And that's kind of what we're going to do here. So like I said, give what you have. You know, if all you have for this month are 2 pennies, that's great. 2 pennies go in the money bowl. And then guess what? Maybe a month later, you have a quarter. That's great. That tells me the money bowl's working. You went from 2 pennies to a quarter. As you kind of work your way up, every time you're refreshing your money bowl, if you did better that month, go ahead and use some of that. Keep building it upwards. You know, again, let your money bowl be a reflection of whether or not it's working. If your money bowl is a bunch of coins, keep adding to it and building. And the more the money bowl does its thing, you're going to check back up on it in like a year from now. And maybe there'll be like 4 20s like rolled up in your money bowl, because that's the kind of money you can give comfortably now. So don't be afraid to start at whatever feels best for you. I'm going to take a 20. Because it's not my money, it's the shop's money, so I can do what I want. So I'm going to take a 20, and you can put them in separately. I like to take the cinnamon. Nobody ask questions, nobody judge my rolling abilities. It's none of your business. And then you're just going to roll your 20 up in your cinnamon stick. And then you're going to go ahead, smack that in there, and then I'll take my 1 because I'm going to use that $5 to go get coffee today. And then we're going to go on ahead and same thing. Make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't like explode and send your rice everywhere. And you're going to go ahead and shove that one in there. And then again, when you refresh your money bowl, feel free next month to add more, whether that's singles, it can be more quarters, it can be more pennies, whatever you got. You know, again, that's the whole point. And don't be afraid to relight the candle from time to time whenever you think the money bowl needs a little bit of oomph. Now, I am going to share a superstition with you. It's up to you if you want to give it credit or not. That's the thing about this. Power rests in the places that we let it rest. Now, most people, when it comes to candles, you'll hear a lot of bickering about, should you blow it out? Should you snuff it out? Some people say if you blow it out, you're blowing away all your intentions. Other people say, that's silly. And like, it's honestly wherever you fall. For me, I do both. Sometimes I blow it out because I forget, and then the spell still works. The ones that I really try to always remember to try to snuff them, because on the odd chance I blow my intentions away, that like money spells are the last spells I want to do that with. I like to snuff candles on my money spells. But really, it's up to you. So when it comes to snuffing, you just need anything that's going to deprive that thing of oxygen. And then you're just going to let it snuff out. That is going to put the spell in a way a little bit to rest. And one of these would sit for the rest of the month. Like I said, you can throw more coins in throughout the month if you want to only do it on the days that you go ahead and clean it. Now, on the days that you take your money bowl down and you clean it, it's super simple. You're just going to go ahead. You're going to remove all the stuff that you want to keep inside the money bowl. So that's obviously going to be your coins. Most of us are going to want to keep our rice so that we're reusing it, and our crystals and all of that. If you don't want to, you can feel free to just ditch the whole thing. We do sell the money rice on its own individually. You can, go ahead and refill that every month if you really want to. But if you want, you can hold on to it. But you would take the candle out. You would dump everything out of the bowl. You'd get more incense, cleanse the bowl, cleanse everything else. Make sure while you're cleansing it that you're adding the caveat that you don't want to banish all the hard work you've already done before. You just want to cleanse anything that might have gunked up the process or kind of started to build up. You're going to cleanse the whole bowl, and then you're just going to start all over again. You're going to put a new candle in. You're going to add more money rice. You're going to put your crystals in, and then you're going to go about and put everything back in. If you want to leave this here the whole time, you can. If you have pets and maybe you're nervous, that's okay too. Once the ritual's done, feel free to clean all this up. You can put the rest in here. You can burn it. You can give it to the land outside your house as an offering. Totally up to you. But money bowls are really just a quick and easy way to incorporate a little bit more day-to-day witchcraft in your life. And also the wonderful thing about money bowls, they tend to give fast results. So if you're somebody who really needs to see it, to feel like what you're doing is working, money bowls are a great first step. They're super beginner friendly, and we have the kit available to all of you. As you can see, I completely gutted the box, but there is a sticker that I didn't use. So you would be getting everything you saw me use today, a cute little sticker, and this little paper that's going to tell you everything in there. And if you don't feel like listening to me yap, here are your steps. You can absolutely go ahead and follow that along right there. But if you have any other questions, we're always available on Instagram. I do take a while to answer, but I will answer your witchy questions if you DM us on Instagram. Somebody will eventually put the phone in my hand, and I will make sure that we can get the whole thing figured out.